They were once a giant of the early part of the 2020s. Now they've been struggling. They're the only team this season to not win a game yet. The Richmond Tigers. They are in dire need of a rebuild. They've got some older players on the roster who are no longer not that good anymore. Some first round draft picks have failed to fire. Some trade recruits have failed to fire over the years, like Jacob Hopper. He was signed to be this next big thing in the midfield in 2023, but he hasn't really done a lot. Heck, it was GWS who won that trade, as the Giants made 3 straight finals without him. So the Tigers have got screwed over. We've got some first-round draft picks like Josh Gibcus. Oh, he's big. Oh dear, he's now 5th in the key defender pecking order in the reserves. And he was a first-round draft pick a few years back. And there is another problem lying about at the Tigers. Contractual issues. There are some older players who are set to retire very soon. Some younger players are playing for a contract. They're playing for their contracts. Well, it seems the Tigers might have a bit of a cash or something to, well, maybe to bring some players in next season. Let's simulate up the round 10 to see how the Tigers will fare. Loss? Weird. No, loss. Well, we haven't done bad. We're in 10th after round 10. Playing better than the real life Tigers right now. Who haven't even won a game yet. Let's move on to the mid-year draft, see who we get. Well, we get Adam Diaiola. Since when did Spray get picked for any AFL team? The Brisbane Lions managed to pick him. So we'll give Diaiola the number 20 Guernsey for Richmond. Let's move on to the end of the season. Well, we beat Essendon, beat the Swannies. And we lost. Well, we've been beginning to, COVID topsy-turvy. Losing games and when we should win, and winning games we should lose. We're ninth. Well, I guess Knifebird are back in service after they beat Adelaide. How did the Tigers get through the wildcard round? Well, we got the Western Bulldogs in the first final and we're out. Well, that was expected. That we lose to the Western Bulldogs. Well, Toronto played good this season for Richmond. So did Olga. Olga Smilly won the Rising Star. Let's look at the player transfers. Retchko, Fawcett, Sunsey, Clark, Burton, and Lee Fowl are all gone. All gone from the Tigers. No, we've got the cash to get some big-name players in free agency, should say. Let's move on to the Tigers' 2023 draft. Well, we got Adam Diaiola. Since when did Spray get picked for any AFL team? The Brisbane Lions managed to pick him. So we'll give Diaiola the number 20 Guernsey for Richmond. And it looks like Port Adelaide have elected not to match Zach Butters' offer, as he's walking to the Tigers, and he's off to the Tigers in free agency. That is a big move from Richmond. Well, can we get another one in this free agency period? As the season here, Curvis is basically done for. We don't just have the money to bring free agents and trades over to Richmond. We might also trade a few out of the club we don't really need. Trying to give Briggs a 7-year deal, and he is also off to the Tigers. So 96 rated players joined the team. Well, I think we're going to need another key defender. We're going to need someone else to play key defender as a potential replacement for Nathan Broad, as he wants to go back to He wants to go back to Perth to play for the West Coast Eagles or Fremantle. And so we got Jordan Butts coming over from the Crows. Another huge move for the Tigers. Can Zach Bailey also join the Jungle? What a free agency period and a half it's been for Richmond. Well, that could be building a finals team for 2004, probably the future. 6-year contract with Zach Bailey, and he's also off to Richmond. Look at that, Richmond, 4 big name free agents. What an off season it's been for the boys. Port Adelaide got a first-round compo for losing Zach Butters to Richmond. Well, since we now got Kieran Briggs and with Sebs waiting on the wings, it's time to say goodbye to Toby Ned Curvis. He was a legend in our club. He provided us with 3 premierships. Now, it's time we say goodbye. We'll send him and Jacob Hopper to Geelong for pick 11. Oh, well, they still get the Cats, a really good player. They still get the Cats, a really good ruckman. Next trade, let me know in the comments section which Western Australia team should I send Nathan Broad to. Should I send him to the Dockers, or should I send him to West Coast? I mean, the Dockers have got really good defenders, but the Eagles desperately need help. So I decided we'll send him to the Eagles. Nathan Broad, he's about to head off to the Eagles. Same with Josh Gibcus. And hang on a minute. We might also send Steely Green, and I think I reckon the signing, and I think that's about it. We'll send him to West Coast with pick 33. think we're kind of saving a bit of money. Next team we're doing a trade with, it's the Gold Coast. It's probably the Gold Coast Suns. So we need to replace Tom Leach somehow. We need to replace Tom Leach somehow. We'll send pick 33 and Ryan Massell to the Gold Coast Suns just to get Jed Walter to come to Park Road. That means, well, with him off the Richmond, Jed Walter might face a career, might have a breakout season. He was the former number 3 draft pick a few years back. What do we get back? What can we get back for Samson Ryan? Him and Josh Gebkus are about to be on their way to the Brisbane Lions. Pick 64, 62, futures first and second. Done. I think the signing of Jordan Butts. It's basically spelled the end for Josh Gebkus, as he's certainly not getting a game at Richmond. So pick 11, a future first and a future second to the Adelaide Crows. In return for this mid-forward that the Tigers are now currently targeting, Josh Rochelle. Let's give him a 9-year deal. And that is a trade sorted. That's another gun player off the Park Road. Six players in one off-season we just got. Wait a minute, it seems the Tigers aren't done yet. Now we'll send Hugo Ralph Smith to his dad's old team, Hawthorn, along with picks 42 and 44. And the other one we could send to the Hawks. I'm leaning towards Tom Brown, heading to the Hawks. But hang on, I'm leaning towards Sam Banks. Heading off to the Hawks. All just so we can bring maybe Orchal back to his old stomping ground of Park Road. Sorry, that is the mission here at Richmond. Help back, give maybe Orchal a Richmond premiership that he's missed out on years ago. Richmond is said to set a future second plus. Maybe plus maybe a Campbell Gray off the Saints way, off the Saints. Who's one Tiger I feel who got robbed of a premiership at Richmond? Jack Higgins. So we also brought him back to Park Road. Making it another recruit we got in the off-season. Kind of a bit of a total clean out here at Richmond. We get rid of players we don't really need and sign players that we need. There is another Tiger we could potentially get. He was delisted by Adelaide. Oscar Ryan. No, you had to go for a trade. Just to try to get into Park Road. We need another defender. Possibly to replace Banks. And so we just signed Zach Walker from the Western Bulldogs. Trade period's officially closed. Now we move on to the draft. Glostone, Prestia, and Leach have all officially retired. So they're no longer on the payroll for the Richmond Football Club. Well, the Blues just got Thomas Romero, the son of Jose Romero. First pick is number 15. We need another fourth defender. We'll need another key defender for the future, so we'll go with Young. The Cats picked up Sam Laylor's brother, Stephen Laylor. Crawford, Sullivan, Phillips, McLeod. We're going to need a midfielder of our last pick of the draft. Let's go Stephen Aitken. Got Patrick Dowdy, Jesse O'Brien, and Evan Lawson in the rookie draft. So we sent Mansell to the Gold Coast Suns. We'll give Zach Butters the number 9 Guernsey for Richmond. D.A. Ola's now getting number 2. Sims. We'll probably give him number 25. Walker will wear 35. We'll get Higgins' 28 back. Charles will once again wear 41. Shelley to wear 23 for the Tigers. Sims to wear 24. We'll give O'Brien the number 19 jersey for a new draftee. As we'll have the Tigers stick to the tradition for so many years. Then that is, well, retiring a few Legends numbers. Caleb Smithfield now wear number 7 for Richmond. As 3 and 1 will remain retired. Meanwhile, on the women's team, following it, after hearing the news that Mansell's left to go to the Gold Coast Suns, so Conti will also move to the Goldie. Let me check to see where Brown is. Evolve Brown's still playing. Oh, he's still playing. Wouldn't make sense, trade. Let's see if this Richmond side can be able to win some games and string together some victories in 2027. Let's sim up to round 10. To see if this Tiger side has improved. They were on a pretty good run themselves, winning the first 7. Only for us to end up losing our next 3 games. Win, loss, win, loss. All these L's in the last few weeks are starting to catch up. We're in 4th at the end of the season. Adelaide won their qualifying final against the Tigers. We got a semi line up against Collingwood. Could the Tigers, could this be the moment where Richmond make the preliminary final? Got to play Layla for this. We've got to play Sam Layla for this one. We'll put him in instead of Chol. And we'll play Chol ahead of Bolter. It's such a surprise. Puka's grown to 85. We've got to keep Ben Miller on for a few more years, which we do. This could be the one. This could be Jaden Short's last involvement for Richmond very soon. He's been a legend of this club. He was there for the premiership years, stuck around for the bad years. Hopefully Puka's re-signed. We'll give O'Brien another year on the rookie list. This Richmond side feels a bit secure now. And we lose in the semis against Collingwood. At least we made a bit of progress in 2027 with all these new players. I mean, winning the first 7 was a great achievement. So Roberts Thompson and Macaulay for gone. Could this be the second year in the row? Richmond raid Port Adelaide. First we got butters from them. Can it be Can Bergman join the Richmond Revolution? And Miles Bergman has signed on to play for Richmond for the next 9 seasons. Maybe with another year of player growth. The Tigers will do just fine in 2028. Maybe it's time for the Tigers to trade back. Trade back the 2 legends to help them win premierships in 2017, 19 and 20. To help this new Richmond side get back to the top. Offer more money for Brown. Tigers are only offering Puka. Maybe that O'Brien lad in a future second. Just to bring Greenwood and Brown back to Park Road. For a bit of aura farming. With his new look group. Could Smilly be happy to give 16 up to the legend, Brown? Next order of trade, we'll be training with the Saints. We'll give St Kilda Trezise, Trezis. Who else can we send to the Saints? Maybe Tom Brown. Tom Brown. And pick 15 are going to the going St Kilda's way. In return for their loss. Richmond are about to receive a 98 overall Riley Farmer. He's made the All-Australian team before he even turned 21. That looks like a really good pickup for the Tigers. With a combination of Laylor, Houghton, and Farmer. Looking like this Richmond team might be looking very solid come 2028. Next order of business, we'll do a trade with Fremantle. So we'll be sending Noah Bolter's drama away to the Dockers. In return for Josh Draper, going to the Tigers. He wants 952k a game. To be fair, he's 93 rated. He's already one of the most overqualified reserves at Fremantle. He's been pretty good for depth purposes at the Dockers. So he's off to Richmond to get more opportunities. So the free agency period is closing. It's already closed. How did Phil Thorpe get traded to the Dogs? Wow. And the Crows got Josh Dolan back in return. That is a poor try. Anyways, back to the rebuild. We're about to move on to the draft. We got some upgrades to do. Our only pick was pick 49. So we take Dan Langford. In the rookie draft, we go with Louis Roach, the son of Thomas Roach, and the grandson of Michael. Benny Barrett, formerly of Port, and Brandon Ryan, formerly of the Lions. Smilly will now get the number 3 shirt. Ross will move over to 6. We'll give Greenwood his old number 5 back. Bergman will get number 1. We'll give Brown the 16 jersey back for the Tigers. 21 will now be worn by Draper. Farmer will get 26. Now the trade period's officially open in the women's. In this rebuild, Grace Egan was traded to the Crows 2 years later. Why do they make the women's trades a bit harder? Darn, Katie Brannan's back to the Dogs. Back to the Dogs. That's another trade deal done. We'll trade a couple of picks just to get the high twits to come to Richmond in the women's. As we now head to a big 2028 at Plant Road. Can you coach Zach Domenico? Turn the Tigers into a really good side once again. Look at that, the Domenico era is off to a great start. 8-1. 80-point win against the Gold Coast Suns. Oh no, so Greenwood. I hope this is not the end for Greenwood. So, Lockie Scholl's also been linked up with a Zach Domenico reunion. Win, loss. Win, win. Win, win. Loss. Win. Richmond just got the job done against Geelong. with a few injuries. Richmond, I think they've got a full-strength side heading into the game against Adelaide in the qualifying final. Look at that, Sam Cummings got up to 85. Wow. Sorry, Brandon Ryan, you don't make the team. He's been dropped for Riley Farmer. Alga comes in. Richmond are going to need every one of their best. Oh no, Jed Watt is injured. He's out injured for our first final. He's out for a week. Laylaw's out with a dislocated shoulder. Oh no. Good luck with your trial game this weekend, Riley, and also in the AFL 26. Richmond rebuild, you got traded from the Saints to the Tigers, and they're in the finals. With yourself playing really good footy. Anyways, to the semi, we got the Brisbane Lions. There is one. Well, we're going to need Jed Walter back for this one. It's a bit hard with LA Law. We're going to have to rely on Sam Cumming for our final, or maybe Grill, another 86 rated player. That is a great position to be in the trial game, playing in the half forward line. And the Tigers are through to the prelim in 2028 under the coaching of Zach Delmedico. Prelim with us and the Freo Dockers. Got Jordan Butts back for this one. Olga, we'll need him back for this one. Who do we drop? Maybe. Well, it's hard to decide. We're all playing really good footy. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. The only one we still got out is Laylaw and Greenwood. I reckon you'll do well in this first trial game for Broadview there, Riley. You're there. And not sure who are Broadview versing in the trial game. Could it be anyone within the league? Could be maybe a Christie's Beach. That's who Broadview are going to be versing round one. Oh no. Bad news in the grand final. Houghton's injured. So we'll have to play Jasper Olga for the grand final against the Crows. That sounds like a great matchup. Round one, bro. Well, it's gonna be a long drive for your Broadview boys in round one, Riley. Off to Christie's to verse Christie's Beach. Well, hopefully the boys got enough petrol in their cars to survive the drive. That's a long drive from gone from Broadview to Christie's. Round 2. Broadview versus Salisbury in round 2. One of the blokes that your boys got from Salisbury going to be playing his old team for the first time, and it is Josh Underwood. And the reason I've known him for a while because I used to play alongside him at Eastern Park and Athelston. Anyways, back to the grand final. Final lineups. We got Richmond dealing with the New York Crows. Make the grand final 7.5 minutes. Let's make Zach Butters the Richmond captain for this one. If we don't win this grand final in 2028, at least there's 2029 when Sam Law is back healthy. Round 3 for Broadies. They're going to be versing Goodwood Saints at Goodwood Oval. Round 4. It's home game against Tea Tree Gully. Round 5. Well, it's a bit of a long drive for Broadies. They're going to Kenilworth to verse the Kenilworth I reckon you'll play great against Christie's in the trial game. And also the round 1 matchup. Round 6 for Broadview, they're versing Kilburn, the reigning premiers. Round 7, off the Salisbury Oval, to verse Underwood's former team. Round 8. Well, in round 8, Riley, this will be the first time our teams will collide. Your Broadview boys are versing my Athelston boys. I'll see you. I'll be seeing you, and I'll see you in round 8 on the field.
Hello and welcome. I'm Anthony Hudson.
The rookie versus the veteran.
Melbourne Cricket Ground. The grand final is here at last. This should be a classic between Richmond and Adelaide. This is the day when dreams come true. When hearts are broken.
This could be the passing of the torch moment.
Are enhanced or diminished. For some, it will be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The players are ready to charge onto the ground.
Round 9, they're dealing with Broadview home against Christie's. Round 10, home against Kilburn. Round 11, home against Goodies. Round 12, Jamie Neate, Josh Underwood, and Jezza back to Max Amber versus the Raggies. Round 13. Thank you for that, Riley. I reckon it'll be a good game. My prediction in this one, I've got a funny feeling, I reckon Broadview might get up in an upset. I'm probably thinking 1 point. Sorry, I put the microphone on mute. National anthem was on. Anyways, round 13, Broadview versus Tea Tree Gully at Tea Tree Gully. Final
Between
round.
1992 and 1997, the Adelaide Crows administered 3 triple-figure beltings to Richmond. The biggest of them was 139 points in round 16, 1993 at Football Park on the back of a 15-goal-to-1 second half. Tony Modra helping himself to an equal career-best 13 goals, while the Tigers could only muster 4 between them. The margin topped out at 137 points in round 17, 1997 at the same venue. Darren Jarman snagging 7 goals as the Crows powered towards their first ever premiership.
Final round for Broadview. They're at home against Kenilworth.
The atmosphere is electric. The adrenaline is pumping. There's nowhere you'd rather be. He's under close attention. Briggs punched away. Armstrong. Can he hit a target? Butters couldn't get an effective disposal. Dawson desperate to win it back. The Tigers should score here. Cumming. He should kick it. He does. He's got the first.
Oh, Richmond are off to a great start in the 2028 Granny.
It's always good to get an early one on the board.
The Tigers have put the first on the board quickly. McAndrew, the winner there. Draper on the same page as his ruck. Berry.
That will be a cool milestone. 75 games by the end of the year. It could be more if Broadview make the finals.
It's a hot footy. The fans will be happy to see this. Both midfields are going to earn their money today.
The Tigers look a little more potent with ball in hand at the moment.
Dawson lays it off. Berry, he can draw them level if he's accurate. Oh, into the woodwork it goes. And the margin is 5.
Gee, he'd be disappointed with that, but he'll back himself to make amends if he gets a chance.
Rioli with the footy. Armstrong, Walter, and they're out of trouble. Briggs throws it on the boot. Full. Big tackle laid. No way through there, and they'll reset.
Let me know in the comment section which team should I do a rebuild for next after the Tigers.
Smiley. Butters. Was that a legal disposal? He's caught. He's set upon. They appeal for holding the ball, and the umpire agrees.
He tried to do too much, not for the first time.
Farmer works hard to present. The Tigers look sharp early. Briggs gets to the front spot and can line them up. Elgar, strong grab. Golden opportunity here.
Straight in front, should not miss.
Yeah, it's been a good that was a good total, 61 games. With 14 coming up this season, it'll be 75.
Goal, but the kick is astray. A minor score.
They'll need to clamp down on him.
I reckon the team I might have to rebuild next might be someone like Essendon or maybe...
Set up well for the kick in. Cumming can keep it moving. Doesn't often waste it.
Or maybe St Kilda. Let's see if I can get the Saints their first premiership in 61 years.
In the clear on centre wing.
I was going to say 60 years now.
Building something dangerous here. They're breaking down across half forward. Briggs pushes into space and receives the footy. Farmer outbodied his opponent and took a ripper. Tidy ball. Cumming. Solid tackle. Can he find a teammate? Rankin on a lead. Berry. That's good work rate. Clever kick. McAndrew with a chance to run. Curtin has it within range.
They're happy if he can halve the contest and bring the Crummers into play, but those hands are looking sticky.
He's given it a tug and missed.
That was a promising build-up and deserved a better finish.
I reckon so.
Rioli to bring
I reckon you'll be the first player to play 100 games of both open and inclusive footy.
Probing ball. They're moving the footy well here. What's he got on offer? And they're away. Wanting to get on with the job. He's generally a good kick. Full. Cumming. Lowers the eyes. Can't keep hold of it. Farmer runs onto it. Brown is so strong one-on-one.
If he can nail this first shot at goal, he might just be in for a big day.
The crowd noise tells you all you need to know.
If they can get up ahead of steam, they'll be hard to stop. That was a terrific passage of play, culminating in a great goal.
So they've got a couple now, and they're looking dangerous. McAndrew wins the hit out. Berry coming. It's a tough game. They asked the question, but the umpire will have it. Briggs with a deft tap. Smiley. Laird makes good contact. Clean pickup. Gets the kick away. Briggs clears the area. Berry. He's been busy so far. Walter saves the day again. That's a useful ball. They've given it back. He's made a bright start. Taylor is the man on the spot, and he's marked.
Normally a reliable kick. Can he make this one count?
No trouble at all.
He managed to find some space, and he was never going to have a problem converting from there.
Both sides are cracking in hard at the present time. It's a great contest. Berry, if he thought he was getting away, he was sadly mistaken. They appeal for a free kick, but will have a stoppage. Good ruck work. Dawson. I felt that one from here. Felt the pressure there. They should have been going forward. Now they'll have to defend. Cumming intercepts. They have absolutely spifflicated him. They're tackling with venom today.
That is a...
McAndrew with the tap. Dawson.
That was a great compliment between yourself and the forward coach at Broadview.
They've bottled it up. The two big men do battle. Berry, Taranto, runs onto it. Bailey, coming. Defence 101 there. Briggs, Smiley. He might have thought about hand passing. Has a ping. It won't be a goal. Luck's a fortune. It'll be a goal anyway.
Poor defence leaving him on his own, and now you'd imagine he'll make them pay.
He'll bang this through for a point.
You have to wonder how paid professionals can miss those sorts of goals.
Laird with the footy. Can you believe it? He's given it straight back in front of goal.
This, to make a good start, a very good one.
That's close. He liked it off the boot, and now he likes it more.
It's always good for the confidence to see that first shot go straight through.
The Tigers away to a flyer. Punch clear. Coming under pressure. McAndrew affects the turnover. He's hit up the lead. What's he got on offer? Inside 50 with the kick. Dawson is hard to beat one-on-one. He will surely make this count.
To finish off the good work.
Should be a goal. He's missed. A chance gone begging.
He hasn't got a goal to his name yet, and he's unlikely to get one if he keeps kicking like that.
But tasked with the kick in. That's well played. Searching kick. Good thinking and good execution too. Manages to find a teammate. Briggs. Walter. Laird. Spoils. Algier. He ran into a brick wall. The umpire whistles for a ball up. Briggs wins the hit out like Batman and Robin. Berry accepted the invitation. And inside 50 goes begging. Ignoring the corridor for now. Who's front and centre? Time to turn on the Jets. And we'll have a throw in.
The Tigers are looking sharp so far. You can see they set themselves to start strongly for this game.
The two big men do battle. Dawson at close quarters. Berry, McAndrew on the non-preferred. Rankin marks inside 50 and can have a shot. Fogarty, here's real danger now.
It's not a gimme goal, but certainly one that should be kicked.
I reckon, I've got a feeling,
Going at his
with this sort of impact, I reckon you could actually win the Murray Little medal this year. If you're in can continue that solid form towards the season. Be like Broadview's very own Nick Cozzy Pickett.
It's already looking like the
Or even Nick
final we were
Dacos.
hoping for. McAndrew showing his skills. Draper, Dawson gets his kick despite the heat. Bailey gathers. Can he hit a target? The interchange bench might be calling after that blue. That's skillful. Bailey with the big fist. Cook throws it on the boot. Bergman saves the day. The Tigers showing some good signs early. Smiley has charged into space. Not sure what the idea was there. They've opened them up here. They've got a problem now. Cook takes the hand pass. Cops some unwanted attention. Ball, cries the crowd, and the umpire agrees.
It's a hot footy today.
Michelini cuts them off yet again. Normally delivers. Cook has found some space. That's a bit of a waste. Farmer coming. The Crows have denied them the corridor. Well played. A good kick here and they'll be in business. Full. Marks on centre wing. Look at him go. Can they beat them back to goal? Rochelle, he's besieged. The umpire says he had no prior. McAndrew smashes it out of there. Cook, Draper, got the handball away. They've worked it well. Doesn't often waste it, but doing what he does best. Goes long. What a time here. A great contest so far and lots to look forward to. Time to check in with Gary.
The Tigers are in front, but the stat sheet says this match is as close as the scoreboard says. Contested ball, clearances, inside 50s, even tackles. The numbers are all fairly similar. It'll be interesting to see who grabs the initiative in this second quarter, if indeed anyone can.
We'll see how it plays out. Thanks, Gary. Briggs showing his skills. Coming. Taranto. Rochelle all alone in the centre square. Bailey feeling the heat. That's commitment to the cause. Algier, how will the umpire see this? It hasn't been a great spectacle, but at least it's close. Briggs with the tap. Drop punt. That'll be a goal. Never in doubt.
There's not much this guy can't do, and he's right in the thick of this contest, as he almost always is.
This is a pulsating grand final. Hope you're loving it at home. Taranto had to get it out. Smiley. Here's the vital kick inside the 50. Brown lurking menacingly. Bends it around the body. That's on target. Through it goes.
The big forward is threatening to blow this game apart.
The Tigers have kicked clear with 2 in a row. Briggs showing his skills. He'll be sore in the morning. They're tackling with great intent. Briggs, the winner there. Smiley, he'd like that one again. Archie, all on his own. Can he impose himself on the match? Dolan, marks. That's hard to stop.
This is what he gets paid to do, kick these goals.
He's been quiet today, but he can make amends with a goal. He's found the post instead.
They're within striking distance, but they need to make the most of their shots on goal.
But to bring it in, quality delivery by foot. In no hurry here. Curtin takes an excellent grab.
He'll fancy his chances.
They like it behind the goals. He's got it.
The contested mark and goal, exactly what the doctor ordered.
The Tigers by 10. Murray has shaded the ruck battle despite the scoreboard. They're going hammer and tong. Berry. Draper saw that coming. He's set upon. No way through there, and they'll reset. Briggs slaps it out. But what a work ethic he has. Caught. Dropped it like a hot potato. Michelini went bang. Murray, it's no place for the faint-hearted. It's a good old-fashioned gang tackle. No prior, and we'll have a ball up. Murray looking for territory. Draper, Berry. That's an aggressive handball. Dawson, panicked under pressure. Walter takes a potentially goal-saving mark on the last line of defence. Dawson wins it back. Great mark. Draper honours the lead. The defence is disorganised. They've moved it well and given themselves a good look here.
Straight in front, should not miss.
He's given it a tug and missed.
Well, it can be demoralising to see these opportunities go begging, but they've just got to keep working hard to create them.
Butts tasked with the kick in. Joel has found some space. Got a little time here. Have they weathered the storm? Conservative kick. Trainer with a chance to run. Picking their way through. Punched that like he meant it. And out of play.
The Crows might be behind on the scoreboard, but they're giving a very good account of themselves.
The two big men do battle. Dawson, he's suddenly a popular man. The umpire will have it. Murray palms it down. Berry, Draper, navigated the traffic. They're fighting tooth and nail not to give up a goal. The fans will be happy to see this. It's a bit of a stoppage fest at present.
The Tigers would arguably be sitting on a greater lead if they'd been a little more careful with the ball. They sort that out, they'll be hard to stop.
Berry. Good disciplined defence. Walter. Draper is calm in a crisis. Deloya gets back and should repel. Quick snap, and that's a goal.
That's a bit of a freebie. You can't afford to turn the ball over like that.
The Crows are back in business. Briggs wins it out of the centre. Cumming, Taranto, kicks to space in no man's land. Walter, it's not a fair fight. The umpire says you had prior opportunity.
Better to kick to a contest and get done holding the ball.
Spud Frawley would have loved that one. Rankin, Fogarty, he's got it.
It might be time for an extra number in defence just to help stop their momentum and stabilise the situation.
The Crows are taking it right up to their more fancied opponents. The big men fly. Taranto, Cumming, only knows one way. Butters gets to the front spot. What's he got on offer? Drives it inside the forward 50. The kick was centimetre perfect. Good handball. Michelani, his field kicking is normally first rate. Draper clears the area. Murray, the Crows having a great patch.
He hasn't got his name on the goal scorers list yet. Here's a good chance.
That's not going to come back. It wasn't his best effort.
That'll be on his mind the next time he gets the footy within range.
Algier has got loose. Holds it up, waiting for an option to present. This is good ball movement. Into the middle with the kick. They're moving the footy well here. That's skillful. Butts on a lead. Delivers it inside 50. Brown drops into the hole and marks.
This is going to have to be a terrific kick, but he's certainly capable.
He can put them in front, and he does.
He had the opportunity to put them in front. That's exactly what he's done. Lovely finish.
The Tigers have the edge, but they're in a dogfight. Don't worry about that. Draper, he's so good in close. Couldn't get a disposal. Turnover in the middle. This could hurt. Dawson gathers. Punched away. Rioli hasn't seen a lot of it. Hits the deck. Missed opportunity. Murray affects the turnover. Draper. Ball up. The defenders will need to be on guard. Murray with the tap. He hasn't struck that well at all. That's a poor kick, and the moment has passed. Can he hit a target? Walter! He's taken a beauty, and they're away. Bailey pushes into space and receives the footy. Draper can keep it moving. They've opened them up here. Tidy ball. Farmer outbodied his opponent and took a ripper. Smith. Worrell desperate to win it back. And they're out of trouble. No one can mark. Michelini, he's drawn a crowd. That's a great tackle, and it's been rewarded.
Not sure there was much prior opportunity there.
This ought to end in a goal. Can he finish it off?
The crowd will tell the story.
Drop punt, and he has put it away.
Marks inside 50 are worth their weight in gold when you go back and convert the goal.
The Tigers having a good patch. McAndrew, the winner there. Berry got the handball away. Dawson, Cook. He's had little impact so far. He's hit up the lead.
He's batting at 100% so far.
He can draw them back within a kick, and he's equal to the task.
Well, if you give him room inside 50, you'll pay more often than not.
One kick game again. The two big men do battle. Just had to get it out. Dawson, this is promising. Gets the kick away. Fogarty, great body work.
He hasn't missed yet. Can he keep a clean sheet?
They're in front, are they? No, not yet anyway.
Gee, he'd be disappointed with that, but he'll back himself to make amends if he gets a chance.
Taking no risks with the kick in. Armstrong works hard to present. He's generally a good kick. Not sure what the idea was there. That's a useful ball. Michelini goes without it. Fogarty, he'll be picking grass out of his teeth after that. The umpire says he had no prior. McAndrew gets his hand to it. Got to get rid of it. They've put themselves under pressure. Has he got enough on it? It's there!
Well, he saw the opening and put it away. Makes a real difference if you can consistently take those kinds of opportunities.
The Crows up by 5 points. McAndrew, he's worth his weight in gold. Berry, there might have been an argument for a free kick there. McAndrew could do this with his eyes closed. Got to go quickly, time running out. McAndrew takes the logical option. Dawson, that is going very close, not close enough.
Well, you can't afford to dwell on it. Just got to make sure you get the next one.
He's off. Searching kick. Algier, no easy exit. They're tackling with venom today. And the natives are restless as the halftime siren sounds here. This hasn't gone to plan so far. Now for some analysis from Gary Lyon.
The Crows have missed some goals they shouldn't have, and accordingly, they've left the door ajar for their opposition. They'll either tidy it up and win this game comfortably or put themselves in grave danger of losing it, because you've got to expect that a good side will make you pay at some stage. Their midfield deserves a tick so far for the opportunities they've generated, but they'll feel ill at ease that this game is still right in the balance.
Thanks for those observations, Gary, as we get back underway. McAndrew is teaching him a lesson. Dawson relishing the contest. Probing ball. Deloya making his claim.
That's so cool. Hopefully get him next year.
Quick snap, and that's a goal.
If they can get up ahead of steam, they'll be hard to stop. That was a terrific passage of play, culminating in a great goal.
The Crows have got it out to 2 goals. Joel, he's been beaten, but he had a win there. Cumming, Smith, terrific tackle. They're tackling with great intent. McAndrew has had his measure today. Dawson, he's not one to take a backward step. The kick is precise. Remarkably, this will be his first inside 50. Berry got to the right position and hung on.
The Crows have certainly looked a better side. They'll be hard to catch.
Berry can make it much harder for them here, and that's what he's done.
It wasn't long ago this match was right in the balance. The change that's come over it has been stark.
The Crows have one hand on the cup. McAndrew, it's been a mighty performance. Berry, under pressure. I've liked his game today. It's a poor entry, a waste really. The Tigers have been out of sorts. Honours the lead. Well-weighted kick. Smith had some assistance. Cumming. McAndrew gives away a free for a high tackle. What's he got on offer? Takes the short option. Decides to go. Normally delivers. Cumming read it well on centre wing and can pump them back into attack. He's lost possession. Cumming mops that one up. He's set upon. We've got a whistle. Umpire's ball. Joel with a deft tap. Smith. Key doing what he does best. Cumming. His hand passing is a weapon. Read it well and intercepted it on centre wing. The crowd cries ball, and they get their wish.
He's not hiding his annoyance, but I think he's more upset with himself than with the umpire.
Draper just shoveled it out. Rankin, what can he do with it? Not good off the boot. Walter, you have to be tough to play this game. The umpire whistles for a ball up. McAndrew has been dominant in the ruck. Draper couldn't get an effective disposal. Attracted a crowd. We've got another stoppage. McAndrew wins the hit out. Draper, he'll be sore in the morning. Didn't take the first option, and he's been penalised.
That's what happens when you find yourself in two minds.
Walter has found some space. Good looking kick. Armstrong in the clear. Walter doesn't often waste it. Cumming went bang. He's been dispossessed. Michelani leads his opponent. The Crows are playing some great footy. Draper has a paddock in front of him. They can smell victory. Defence 101 there. Phillips, Rankin lurking menacingly. Throws it on the boot, and that's a goal.
The Tigers aren't looking like it at the moment. They simply aren't coping with the pressure.
PS5 game, this one. Well, he was sadly injured for the game. If we don't win the premiership, well, at least he'll be back for 2029.
So the underdogs throwing down the gauntlet. You can see their belief growing. Draper manages to get off a handball. Dawson, they've worked it well. He just keeps racking up disposals. They should have been going forward. Now they'll have to defend. Full, fighting hard. Cumming, trying to find a path. Joel, Taranto, Smiley. Delivers it inside 50. This is good ball movement.
The Tigers are flat at the moment. Perhaps a goal here would energise them.
Hasn't got hold of that one. It'll be a behind.
Those are the kinds of opportunities you really need to take.
Michelini brings it back in. Manages to find a teammate. That's skillful. Keane, all on his own. Careful ball movement. Rankin. This is good footy. The Crows are playing like winners. Archie, dangerous to leave on his own. Well played. Berry, Dawson, in the right spot. Cook takes the hand pass. Phillips, Dolan, dealt with the pressure. Can they catch them out on the turnover? They need a goal, but it's at the wrong end. Smiley, justifying his teammates' faith in him. It's a bad mistake. His field kicking is normally first rate. Good work rate. Golden opportunity here.
He hasn't managed to find the middle yet. He should do so here.
So Adelaide ended up winning the granny by 9. That was a good grand final win from the Crows. Geez, Richmond have delisted a few people. Yeah, it certainly was the opposite to 2017. As was vindication for Adelaide. Looks like Richmond are about to make a end game trade. Which would help them end the 2020s as premiers. So we gave Jack Ross a pay cut. Adam Diala's finally got himself a rookie list promotion. So I think could be one of the last off seasons we'll be doing in this rebuild. We've traded for Caleb Sarong to come to Punt Road. And Ethan Broadwood. We'll sim through the draft. So we now head towards the end of the year. Maybe 2029 might be the year. See if Richmond can finally do it. Get Harvey and Hannaford. Richmond win the minor premiership this time around. Qualifying final, we beat the Dockers. Through to the prelim we go to versus the Crows. In the rematch to the previous year's grand final. So the Tigers go through to another grand final. And the Tigers are premiers. Anyways, we'll wrap up this rebuild, and we'll see you in the